So yeah, sales is a bit like a race then. But what can sellers do to make sure they get to that finish line before their competitors? Is there anything we can do?
Absolutely. I think the biggest thing that you can be doing is building that personal relationship with your prospect and making sure you're on a relationship where you can text them, make sure you're on their LinkedIn, following up on their posts and commenting on their posts, and really incorporating their day to day with your day to day, and making sure that competitors are not swooping in at the same time that you're in this active sale. So being really, candid with them, personal with them, and building that personal brand within that sale is really paramount.
I love what you said there about being able to text them, right? If I
Mhm.
think about my early sales career, emailing somebody, you know, dear sir or madam, or ending with kind of kind regards, it's a million miles away from, being able to text them.
Mm.
But building that rapport, yeah, and having that relationship with them will kind of set you in front of the rest of the pack, to stick with
Mhm.
our race analogy. But I know that, like, a lot of people talk about not looking left and not looking right when you're in that kind of sales process, and just focusing on what's in front of you. But what can sellers do to make sure that they don't kind of steer out of their lane? Really going heavy on this analogy. What can sellers do to make sure they don't steer out of their lane and they do keep their eyes on the prize?
Sure. I think it's really about preparation before you even enter the sale. So it's about having that account plan, having those links to their 10Ks or their earning statements, and making sure you are aligned with what exactly is going on at their organization. And to your point, it's so vastly different from texting somebody versus kind regards, and having that relationship built up and making sure that there aren't any roadblocks coming your way, but still being mindful of what could potentially happen and being able to pivot. And that's where it goes back to music. With me, it's about improvisation. And when I get my teams together, I like to go to improv classes because you can be able to pivot really quickly on your feet instead of, oh my gosh, what do I say, and sticking to script. You can't stick to script sometimes. Sometimes you have to pivot and be really quick on your feet.